Well, good evening and welcome to Colby High School. It's a Friday Night Lights high school football Friday night, and we've got a great one for you here. One of the best matchups in the state, I think, tonight, as this matchup between the Colby Hornets and the Edgar Wildcats. Colby comes in ranked 4th in Division 5, according to the Zaleski Sports rankings, and Edgar ranked 5th in Division 7. And obviously there's more to it than that, because Colby gave Edgar their only regular season loss last year, and I know the coaches probably don't harp on that, but I'm sure the players all know, and they are looking for a little revenge tonight if you're an Edgar Wildcat for what happened last season. Colby coming in with a record of 4-0. They have beaten Neilsville Granton 24-8, Spencer Marshfield Columbus 46-14. They topped Iola Scandinavia 46-14, and last week it was a 54-20 thrashing of Loyal. Meanwhile, Edgar coming in at 3-1. They lost that opening game to Ellsworth 8-6 in that defensive struggle at Edgar. Then they went over to Stratford and won 40-6. They beat Stevens Point Pacelli 50-0 and Rochelle last week 48-0. Edgar has outscored their opponents 144-14. And I think the story of tonight's game is going to be, can the Colby offense do anything against this Edgar defense? The Edgar defense has been just spectacular this season, giving up just 14 points in 4 games. And Colby has given up some points. So the Edgar offense, of course, is pretty darn good too. And we'll see what they can do here tonight against this Colby offense. Let's take a listen to the national anthem, and then we'll get the starting lineups to get set to go here at Colby.
If you are able, remove your hats and place your hand over your heart as we honor America and those defending our freedom with the playing of our national anthem by the Colby High School Band under the direction of Mrs. Huss.
Tom King here at Colby High School, my producer Rachel Zaleski, and we're expecting a good matchup here. So 7 of the 8 games these teams have played have turned into running clock games, and I think we'd be shocked if that happens here tonight in this matchup. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. Both teams introducing their defenses tonight. For Colby, it's going to be junior Tate Smith at one of the linebacker spots. Hayden Kaiser, a junior, playing a defensive back. Tanner Halapa, a senior, is a linebacker. And another linebacker, sophomore Colton Orth. Up front, Gavin Voss. Also, Moises Fuentes, he's a senior. Senior Luis Nava-Rojas. Senior Braxton Meyer. Senior Caden Kleparski is a defensive back, and a couple of other linebackers. Junior Jacob Hoppy and senior Frankie Castro for head coach Jim Hagan. For the Edgar Wildcats on defense, a couple of youngsters in the defensive backfield. Tucker Strite, a sophomore who had an interception earlier this season. Maverick Butt is another sophomore playing a defensive back. Also back there, Leighton Schuett. He'll also play wide receiver for the Wildcats. And Tegan Strite, the senior, at his safety spot. He is, of course, also the quarterback for Edgar. Linebackers, Colby Weisenberger, Carter Butt, and Jace Affelbeck. And up front, it'll be Lucas Stonkey, Brett Baumgartner, Preston Dalkey, and Corey Keppel for head coach Jerry Sins in his 49th season as head coach of the Edgar Wildcats. Our game brought to you in part tonight by Staub Construction, a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction has been partnering with private and public customers since 1984. Staub Construction has its own service and fabrication department to assist with any municipal or industrial situation. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. As you can see, Edgar in their white jerseys, green pants, green helmets. Colby in their green jerseys, gold pants, gold helmets. And they do Friday Night Lights pretty nice here. We were here for a Colby matchup with Marshfield's Columbus Spencer a couple of weeks ago. The Hornets won that one handily, 46-14. But I am told that Colby is missing a couple of players tonight due to injury. So we'll see if that makes a difference with their depth. I mean, they don't suit up a lot of players. As you can tell, Edgar's got more players suited up than Colby does. That's usually the case when Edgar faces some of these smaller teams. They faced Rosholt. Of course, Rosholt had just a handful of players. And Stevens Point Pacelli earlier this season doesn't suit up a lot of players either. In fact, there's some talk that Rosholt might be going to 8-man football next year because of the number situation there.
Number 61 on the DL, Moises Fuentes. Starting at defensive line, number 64.
Yes, they just announced one of the defensive linemen. They said on the DL, he meant defensive line. He didn't mean on the disabled list.
Number 71.
As he's suited up and ready to go. Colby won the toss in this game and elected to receive, which I found kind of interesting. Not only do a lot of teams want to defer and get the ball to begin the second half, the Colby offense is going to have to go up against this Edgar defense right away. And for those of you who have been watching these telecasts and watching the episodes of Hard Knocks, and we'll see the latest episode of Hard Knocks at halftime tonight, this Edgar defense has just put together a spectacular season so far. Now, obviously, two of the last three games have been mismatches on paper. I thought the score against Stratford was a little bit surprising. They beat Stratford 40-6, but the last two games, the teams they play were just outmanned and outgunned and really had no answer. And then even the game against Ellsworth, a bigger school and a bigger team, Edgar lost that game 8-6. The defense did their job. The offense just couldn't get much going that night on opening night at Edgar. All right, the introductions are complete, and we'll get set to go here.
For everyone's safety and enjoyment of the game, we ask that all spectators
We focused on the offensive line for Edgar last week as the players of the game, and certainly they had a great night opening up holes. 7 different players scored touchdowns for the Wildcats last week. How many teams do you think in the state of Wisconsin have had that accomplishment, not only this season, but any season, to have 7 different players score in a single game? And that's what happened last week for the Edgar Wildcats. They were able to spread it around and take advantage of that misman situation against the Rosholt Hornets. All right, it's going to be Harrison Gravine who will kick off here for Edgar. A couple of men deep standing at about the 10-yard line. And there's the kick, high end over end kick, going to be taken at about the 9-yard line, out across the 10, the 15, trying to get the left corner, and he gets hit hard and dropped across the 20 at about the 20. See where they marked that.
Kickoff fielded by Voss, brought down by number 43.
They're going to mark him down at about the 24-yard line, and that's where Colby will start their first possession of the game. And they come to the line. The quarterback is Tate Smith. Out of the gun. They're going to hand it off, try the left side, and a big hit. from one of the linebacker spots. Let's see who that was on the hit. Looked like that was Carter Butt coming in from his linebacker spot to make that big hit. Gavin Voss, the ball carrier, picked up 2 on that. Call it 2nd down and 8. Ball marked just across the 25-yard line. Double wing formation. Man comes in motion. They're going to hand it to him and try the left side. Positive yardage and an open field tackle, but getting it out across the 30, short of the first down to about the 31-yard line. Colton North on the carry and picked up about 7 on that. Call it 3rd down and a long yard. That was a decent hole for the Hornets that time, and Orth took advantage of it. 3rd down and short. They've got a man split out wide to the near side. Tucker Strike comes out to take him one-on-one. Eye backfield, deep man in the eye, and he gets met in the backfield. He's going nowhere. There's a flag on the play, but they stopped that run in the backfield. Weisenberger was in there for the Wildcats. Preston Dahlke as well. Let's see what the penalty's all about. It's going to be against the Hornets, I think. I think you want to decline that and make them punt the football. You wouldn't think they would go for it this early in the game. It's going to be 4th down. They're going to decline the penalty. It's going to be 4th down and a long one, maybe 2, and you'd think a punting situation here. Penalty is an illegal formation. And there were 2 or 3 Edgar Wildcats in the backfield to meet the running back before he got to the line of scrimmage. 4th down. Carter Butt and Tegan Strite will drop back deep to receive this, what you would think would be a punt here. 10:37 to play here, first quarter, no score. And just like that, if in fact this does turn out to be a punt, the Edgar defense gets off 3 and out on the opening possession. Punter standing at his own 20-yard line for the Hornets. Snap is good, and the kick's away. It's going to take a bounce. Are they going to let it go? No, Butt's going to pick it up, and he's going to be dropped immediately at about the 34-yard line. Good coverage on the punt that time for the Colby Hornets. Getting down there was Colton North on the coverage, and Edgar will get the football 1st and 10 on their own 34.
Carter fields the punt, but then gets stopped by Orth. Bring it up.
So our first look at the Edgar offense tonight, who has been putting up points in bunches. I would imagine points will be harder to come by tonight, as we talked about, against this Colby team. Although Colby has given up points in their last few games, they've won the games because they've just outscored the other teams. They gave up 20 to Loyal last week, 14 to Iola Scandinavia, 14 to Spencer Marshfield Columbus. Tegan Strite under center, split backfield behind him. They're going to play action and throw right away. Strite's they're going to throw deep. Leighton Schuett's out there. The ball's underthrown, but he's got it inside the 35-yard line of Colby. About a 33-yard pass and catch from Strite to Schuett. And it's a 1st down for the Wildcats inside Colby territory at the 34-yard line. You got to believe Colby was expecting an inside handoff to Butt or Weisenberger that time. Instead, play action, and they go deep. Schuett got behind the defense. The ball was a little underthrown, but Schuett was able to make the catch. 1st and 10. Play action again. Strite rolls out. Now he wants to throw deep again. He's got a man wide open, and it's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get Carter Butt down the far sideline, and the ball just a little bit too far. Butt dove, but he had no chance to grab that one, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10. So Edgar pulling a couple of long passes out of the playbook here to start the game. 2nd down and 10. They had them both, too. The players were open both times. Offset backfield behind Strite this time. Schuett comes wide to the left. Now they're going to hand it off. Butt, big hole, pounces it outside, down the far sideline. One man to beat. He goes out of bounds, but not before he picked up big yardage, including a 1st down. Going to mark him out, I think, inside the 10-yard line. Let's see where they mark that football. Looks like they're going to mark it at about the 5. But that's coming back. It's going to be a hold against the Wildcats. A penalty on the play is going to bring back that long run. And those holding penalties in high school football are just drive killers. They're going to mark it off from the point of the infraction. And that's just a killer. They were going to have the ball first and goal on the 5. Instead, it's going to be marked back. Well, they marked it at the 35-yard line, so it's not that bad for Edgar. Obviously, the hold must have occurred downfield. So it's 2nd down and 11. Man comes in motion. They're going to try the counter play, cutting it back, and not much there. Carter Butt on the carry, picked up about 3 or 4 on that.
Number 21, Butt on the carry and gets stopped by
3rd down and a long 8.
a few yards. 3rd down for the Wildcats.
Shewitt's going to come wide left to the near side. Weisenberger and Butt in the backfield. Afflebeck's the wing to the left. Stride under center. And he's going to pitch it to Weisenberger, going to try to get the right corner. Played well by Colby. He breaks one tackle, but he's going to be knocked down short of the first down. Got it down inside the 30. But it's going to be short of the first down, but probably 4-down territory here for the Wildcats. You would think. They're going to mark the ball at about the
Weisenberger on the carry.
28-yard line.
4th down.
Pickup of about 5 on that for Colby Weisenberger. It's going to be 4th down and about 5, maybe 4, long 4. They're going to go for it here. Stride under center, 2 tight ends. They hand it off to Butt, and he's going to have the first down yardage and more. Down to about the 20-yard line. Once again, those big guys up front opening up a hole for Carter Butt. He takes it down to the 20. Pickup of about 7 on that. And it's a first down for the Wildcats. Clock moving, under 8 minutes to play here in the first quarter of football.
1st and 10, Edgar.
Austin Schreiber in the game, split out wide right. This time they're going to hand it off, and I think that's Weisenberger powering down inside the 15, maybe got to the 14-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 15, call it a pickup of 5 on the carry for Colby Weisenberger. 2nd down and 5 for the Wildcats. So the holding penalty doesn't hurt the Wildcats here on this opening possession. They were able to pick up the first down after that. And they continue to move here. 2nd down and 5, ball at the Colby 14. Shewitt splits out wide left. They're going to hand it off. Butt dances inside. One man to power over. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. Just ran over the safety for the last couple of yards. And it's a 15-yard touchdown run for Carter Butt. And Edgar's on the board first here. They lead at 6-0, pending the extra point. That was just power football right there. And when Carter Butt gets up ahead of steam, hard to bring down, and the poor safety for Colby just got steamrolled at about the 2-yard line. They're going to go for 2 here. Strite rolls out. He's under pressure, avoids it, throws it up into the end zone for Baumgartner, over his head, and incomplete. So it's 6-0 Wildcats. Back in a moment. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
We at the Edgar Grind welcome all to our spot. We are open 7 days a week until 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating, looking for free Wi-Fi, relaxing, or trying to warm up, we have a little something for everyone. We offer local fresh coffee drinks, smoothies, ice cream, snacks, and food. We strive for affordable and healthy options for everyone and can't wait to see you.
Whether you're just beginning your educational journey or seeking a new opportunity, we're here for you. At North Central Technical College, we have unique partnerships with four-year colleges that allow you to transfer seamlessly to and from our campus, saving you time and money. With hundreds of transfer options available, the path to a bachelor's degree and a great paying career are just a step away. North Central Technical College. Start here, go anywhere.
Tom King back here at Colby High School. Well, the Wildcats started with a couple of long pass plays, one complete, one not, but when push came to shove there, power football, Edgar style, and those big guys up front opened up some holes, and Carter Butt took it in from 15 yards out for the final play and the touchdown. The two-point conversion not good, so it's 6-0 Wildcats as they prepare to kick off here. Colby went 3 and out on their first possession. And Harrison Green will kick off here for the Wildcats. High end over end kick taken at about the 15-yard line. Out across the 20, the 25, and then knocked down at about the 27 or 28. On the tackle for the Wildcats was Cale Higgins. And it'll be 1st and 10, Colby at their own. They're going to mark it at the 28, so call it 1st and 10 from there. Tate Smith, the junior quarterback for the Colby Hornets. Brennan Geiger in the backfield behind Smith, double wing formation. Man comes in motion. They're going to hand it off right up the middle. That goes nowhere. That Edgar front wrapped that up quickly. Baumgartner was in there on the initial hit. Preston Dahlke in there as well. And Corey Keppel in there as well. Call it no gain, 2nd down and 10. Same formation. Smith under center. This time they're going to hand it off. Try the left side. Now a cutback. Bouncing it out. Not much there. Got it down to about the 30-yard line. Only picked up about 1 on that. So call it 3rd down and 9. Colby, one of those fields that it doesn't have the yard markers painted on the field. They've got the little orange squares next to the lines. Sometimes when they're near the bench areas, it's hard to tell what line the football's on. Going to be 3rd down on the 31. They want to pass, and they want to throw deep. It's going to be overthrown, incomplete. Good coverage there by Leighton Schuett. And the ball was overthrown by 3 or 4 yards, and it'll be another 4th down, another 3 and out for this Colby offense. And Edgar will get the football back. Our game brought to you in part by Nicolay Bank, offering personal banking at its best. They have locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or learn more at nicolaybank.com. Tegan Strite, Carter Butt back to receive this punt. And now we're going to get a flag. It's going to be an illegal formation. One of the Colby Hornets came off the field late. And that'll be an illegal formation call. It'll back them up 5 yards, I think. Or are they going to pick it up? No, they'll back them up.
Illegal substitution, 12 men in the huddle. Offense, 5-yard penalty, short 4th down.
Those are the kind of mistakes that drive coaches crazy. Somebody didn't remember what team they were. They were on the punt team, and they had too many men in the huddle. Now they'll line it up. Gavin Voss handling the punt duties for the Hornets here. Edgar should get pretty good field position. Snap is good, and the punt's good. Going to be taken, though, by Butt. They're going to run that reverse and then fumble it. Strite will pick it up and try to get the corner, and he does, and he's knocked out of bounds on the far side. They set up that wall of blockers, and they do that reverse punt on numerous occasions. That time, Strite fumbled the exchange from Carter Butt, but he was able to pick it up and still pick up positive yardage on the punt return. And Edgar's going to have field position at about their own 48-yard line.
Yep, by strike and gets knocked out of bounds, and that is where the Wildcats are going to get started.
When they run that well and it's set up, it's almost guaranteed to break a big one. They've got that wall of blockers set up. And then when Strike gets around the corner, there's a lot of open territory to run. That time, though, the fumble screwed up the timing of that, but he still picked up positive yardage. 1st and 10 on their own 48. Strite operating out of the gun this time. Throws a little button hook to Schuett. Picked up positive yardage out across the, down inside the 45 to about the 42 of Colby. Pick up about 8 on that. Pick up of 9, call it 2nd down and 1. Do they still call them button hooks? That's what they called them back in the old days when the receiver just turned around and caught the pass. Probably have a different name for it now.
They call that one now left.
And we're going to get a timeout for a measurement here. They call that play now left, is what I'm told. Okay. So they're going to bring the chains from across the field to measure for this. It's going to be enough for a first down by about the nose of the football. So call it a pickup of 10 on that. And it's a first down for the Wildcats at about the 42-yard line of Colby. 4:49 to play first half. Edgar leading 6-0. They're going to split out 2 receivers left and right this time. Schreiber's out there on one side, and Chase Hasselbeck out there as well. Straight out of the gun, 2 backs with him, Weisenberger and Butt. Man comes in motion, and they're going to be a quarterback keep. Now they run the option, give it to Weisenberger. Played well by Colby, though. He's going nowhere. Hornets strung that out, and Colby Weisenberger, after taking the pitch from Strite, had nowhere to go. Tate Smith in on the stop for Colby. Also in there, I believe, was Tanner Halapka. Call it a loss of 1 on the play. And it's going to be 2nd down and 11. They brought the man in motion from far side to near side and then ran to where that wing vacated, but Colby didn't bite and held their spots and comes up with a big defensive play. 2nd and 11. Carter Butt straight up the middle, dancing, and now grabbed by the ankle and dragged down. He got down inside the 40 to about the 38. Pickup of only about 4 on that, maybe 3. Call it 3rd down and 7.
Butt on the carry. Fuentes on the stop. 3rd down.
So on 3rd and 7, for most teams it would be a definite passing situation, but with Edgar able to pick up big chunks of yardage on the ground, it's not a given that they will throw this. Schuett will split out wide left. Split backfield. Strite will be under center. Wing left. And they're going to hand it off. Quick hitter, but it's going nowhere. Colby had that scoped out, and it went nowhere. Carter Butt, no gain on the play. Maybe a loss. Now they gave him the line of scrimmage. Call it no game. So now Edgar's got a decision to make what they want to do here. 4th down and 7 from the Colby 38-yard line. They're going to go for it here, apparently. That's where you believe in that defense that they have. That even if they don't get it here and they give up the ball at this spot, they're convinced that their defense will be able to shut out Colby. And they've done it so far. Colby's had 2 possessions and has gone 3 and out on both of them. Strite out of the gun, wants to throw. He's got a man. It's going to be, did he catch it or was it a short hop? They caught the football. Schuett caught it, went down to the turf and got it. It's going to be a first down for the Wildcats down near the 27-yard line. Pickup of 11 on the pass and catch. Schuett with 3 catches now. 54 yards. 3 catches for 54 yards in the first quarter of this football game. First and 10, Wildcats. I lost that football for a minute and it looked like Schuett had to go down and take that right off the turf. They hand it off to Weisenberger. Now he cuts back. Not much there. Maybe a couple of tough yards for Colby Weisenberger. Getting it down near the 27-yard line. Picked up of about a yard for Weisenberger there, and it's going to be second down and 9. Austin Schreiber splits out wide right this time. Offset backfield. They're going to pitch it to Butt. Try the left side. Stutter steps, waits for his blockers, pounds it down inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. Going to be short of the first down. Picked up about 4 on that. 4 tough yards for Carter Butt. It's going to be third down and about 5. Third and 5 for the Wildcats here. And one thing the Edgar has done in this first quarter is kept the football. Their possession time is incredible in this first quarter, and they're just going to wear this Colby defense down, you would think, by the second half if this kind of time of possession continues. Straight under center, offset backfield, quick hitter. That's Butt up the middle, powers down, breaks tackles, gets down inside the 15-yard line, or near the 15-yard line. Going to be enough for a first down, I think. Yes, indeed. They're going to mark it at the 17. That's going to be a pickup of 7 on the carry for Carter Butt. And it's a first down for the Wildcats.
Carter fights for the first down marker, and Shane Gaines going to give it to him. Happy on the stop.
Ball marked at the 17-yard line of the Colby Hornets, and Edgar just methodically pounding the football here. They completed that fourth down pass to keep this drive alive, and now on the ground, straight under center. Again, Weisenberger breaks a tackle in the backfield, picked up positive yardage. Got it inside the 15. That play looked like it was going to get blown up in the backfield, but Weisenberger broke a tackle and got it down to about the 14-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the carry for Colby Weisenberger. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. 6-0 Edgar after 1. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Cropping Central, conveniently located between Edgar and Stratford on County Road N, 715-352-2843. Let Cropping Central take care of your field plans, yield mapping, crop scouting, and crop protection, including hail insurance. Cropping Central, 715-352-2843, and visit them on County Road N, west of Edgar.
Tom King back here at Colby High School. Edgar with a 6-0 lead as we begin the second quarter, and they're looking for more right here. It's going to be second down and 6 at the 14-yard line of Colby. The only score of the game, a 15-yard run by Carter Butt in that first quarter. One of the other storylines so far, though, is that the Edgar defense has not allowed a first down. That first quarter, Colby had the ball for 6 plays, 2 3-and-outs. Second down now and about 6. Trips backfield behind Tegan Strite. They're going to give it to Carter Butt. Finds a hole, powers ahead. Going to be near the first down. I think he got it down near the 5-yard line. It is going to be a first down for Edgar. Pickup of about 10 on that.
But on
They're going to mark it down just shy of the 5-yard line. And it's a 1st and goal for the Wildcats. Trips backfield again. Pick your poison. They give it to Butt, left side. Now he dances back inside. He got slowed down, and then he's going to be covered up and buried under a sea of green jerseys. He got it inside the 5 to about the 4. Call it a pickup of 1 on the carry for Carter Butt. Going to be 2nd down and goal from the 4. He tried to dance and make a new hole there, and one of the Hornets got a hold of his ankle and held him there until the teammates could join him and wrestle him to the ground. 2nd down and goal. Full house backfield again. Strite. This is Butt again. Puts his head down and into the end zone for the touchdown. He got hit at about the 3, and he carried a couple of green jerseys into the end zone with him. 2nd touchdown of the night for Carter Butt. 5-yard touchdown run for Butt. And it's 12-0 Edgar pending the extra point. They're going to go for 2 here, I believe. Failed on their first 2-point conversion attempt. Butt and Affelbeck in the backfield. And Strite wants to throw. He's got a man, and it's in to Schuett for a 2-point conversion. Schuett made a little move outside, and the defender didn't go with him. And a 2-point conversion on the pass from Strite to Schuett makes the score 14-0. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Warner Insurance Agency is a family-owned insurance business that has been helping customers with all of their property and casualty insurance needs for 3 generations. Let Warner Insurance help with your small business, farm, home, auto, and recreational vehicle insurance needs. Warner Insurance, proud supporter of the Edgar Wildcats.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
And we're back here at Colby High School. Beautiful night for high school football here in mid-September. Not too hot. The rain held off. There was a little bit of rain, but not enough to make the field treacherous in any kind of way. And we've got one of the better games in the state right here. And Edgar off to a great start, leading 14-0 as they prepare to kick off here with 10:48 to play in the first half. And the kick by Gravine, another good one. High end over end, going to be taken at about the 15-yard line. Across the 20, trying to get the corner, and Weisenberger slices through. Actually, no, that wasn't Weisenberger. That was William Hackle who came through on special teams and made that stop at about the 20-yard line. Great special teams tackle on that by William Hackle. And the ball's going to be marked at about the 21, and that's where Colby will begin this possession. So Tate Smith will bring the Hornets to the line and operate out of the gun here. Receivers left and right, wing right as well. Smith's going to hand it off. Big hole in the middle, but not much there. It closed quickly. Carter Butt came in and got a hold of the ankle of Gavin Voss, and that slowed him down enough. He picked up about 4 on that. Call it 2nd down and 6. Colby needs to start with small steps, and that begins by getting their first down of the night here if they can. 2nd down and a long 5, maybe 6. They're going to play action. No, the quarterback's going to keep it. Designed run, and he is going to get near the first down. Tegan Strite came in to make the stop on the quarterback, Tate Smith, and it's going to be a first down for Colby. Well, you knew you couldn't slow them down or stop them completely forever. Smith picked up about 6 on that, and it's a first down for the Hornets at their own 32-yard line. That was a designed run for the quarterback, Tate Smith. Continuing to operate out of the gun. They're going to hand it off inside. Breaks one tackle and then slows him down enough. And then Affelbeck will finish it up. One of the Wildcats up front slowed down the runner. I think that was Gavin Voss again. Picked up about 3 on that. Call it second down and 7. Ball marked at the 36-yard line. Colby, tight formation this time. Tate Smith under center, double wing. Man comes in motion. They're going to hand it off. Quick hitter, and the hole closed quickly. And the hit made for the Wildcats by Chase Affelbeck. Only a couple of yards on the play that time for Geiger. Going to be third down and about 5, maybe 4, long 4. Another tight formation, double wing. Man in motion. They're going to hand it off to the wing back. Now he cuts it back, and he's going nowhere. He had to cut it back inside, and Edgar stayed with their positions that time. Carter Butt got in there on the stop from his linebacker spot, and it's a 4th down. So Colby did get a first down this time, but couldn't go any farther than that, and they'll punt from their own 35-yard line. Edgar will get the ball back. So Butt and Strite back deep for the Wildcats here. Gavin Voss will punt it away for Colby, standing at his own 25-yard line. Snap's good, and the punt's away. It's a beauty, a boomer, going to go over the head of both Strite, and it's going to bounce into the end zone. What a break for the Wildcats right there. Voss just pounded that one from his own 25-yard line into the end zone. And a break for the Wildcats. So the Wildcats will have the football on their own 20. One of the longer punts we've seen this year, probably the longest punt we've seen this year. But Edgar saved 20 yards by it going into the end zone. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats on their own 20. They've had 2 time-consuming possessions that have led to points. See what they do here. They want to throw. Strite wants to go deep down the middle of the field. Schuett picked off his route, and it's almost intercepted. Leighton Schuett stopped his route that time. Instead of keeping running, he stopped, and that allowed the Colby player to make a possible play on the football. It's incomplete. And you can see the coach on the far side asking Leighton Schuett why he broke off that route. Quarterback thought he was going to keep going and threw it down the middle of the field. It's 2nd down and 10 here for Edgar. Colby playing deep on those on that deep route that time. They had a defender back there. They're going to hand it off, and not much there. Maybe getting up to the 23-yard line. That's Affelbeck on the carry. Pickup of maybe 2. First carry of the night for Chase Affelbeck. And it's going to be 3rd down and 8.
3rd down.
They've got all the young cheerleaders here, the cheer squad here for Colby tonight, and they're going to be doing a routine at halftime. They're performing for the fans right now along the track in front of the grandstand. 3rd down and 8. Strite, they're going to hand it off. Big hole for Butt. Can he get out there? It's going to be close. Close to a first down. Let's see what they give it to him. Going to be out near the 30-yard line. I think that's going to be enough for a first down, and it is. A first down. Big, hard run by Carter Butt, but once again, he had lots of space at the initial point of attack. Those big guys up front opening up a nice hole for Butt that time, and he picked up about 8 on the carry for the first down. Clock continues to roll. 6:28 to play here first half. Edgar leading 14-0. Man comes in motion straight out of the gun this time. He wants to throw. Throws it out in the flat. He's got Schuett. It's caught. But Colby's got a lot of defenders out there. Schuett made a move, and then he got knocked down. Picked up positive yardage. Crossed the 35 to about the 36. So say about 6 yards on that pass and catch. He made a nice move to make one defender miss and was able to pick up the positive yardage. 2nd down and a long 3, maybe 4 here for the Wildcats. Our game day sponsors include Werner Insurance, Cropping Central, Greg Gruett's Appliance, Edgar Lanes, Simplicity Credit Union, and Zamanda Dental. And we appreciate their support. 2 receivers left. One comes in motion now. Straight out of the gun. He wants to throw. They pick up the blitz. Now Strite dancing away from pressure. He's under pressure now, and he's going to be sacked. Lost the football, but it went out of bounds. He's going to be knocked down back inside the 35 at about the 34-yard line. It's going to be about a loss of 3 on the play for Tegan Strite. Nobody open downfield, so he ate the football. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down now and about 6. 3rd down and a long 6 here for the Wildcats. Tegan Strite, 4 out of 6 through the air tonight. All 4 of those catches made by Leighton Schuett. Strite under center this time. They're going to hand it off. And once again, Butt breaks a tackle and then just got blasted. Going to be short of the first down. He only picked up maybe 3 on that. Going to be 4th down and about 3. Carter Butt took a hit that time as he was trying to spin away. And they may punt here. Instead of giving Colby a short field here, punt it away and put your defense back on the field with just 4 minutes to play in the first half. You would think. Let's see what they want to do here, though. They're huddling up. They are going to punt. It's going to be Brock Maurer who will handle the punting. Colby, you didn't believe it at first. They sent a man deep. Finally, now Maurer drops the football, but he's able to get the punt away. Good job there. It's a knuckle puck that's going to bounce inside the 30-yard line. That thing was like a knuckleball in the air. And Edgar got a good bounce. Good job by Brock Maurer of not panicking after he dropped that snap. He was able to get the punt away, and it was decent enough to give Edgar a decent chance now to hold them off here with 4 minutes to play in the first half. Colby will have the football 1st and 10, just shy of their own 30-yard line. Our game brought to you in part by some of our game day sponsors: Edgar Building Supply, BAME Insurance, the Edgar Grind, Van Ert Electric, and BRB Auto Body.
Return team. 10-yard penalty. End of the run.
And there's going to be a penalty against Colby on top of that on the return. And that's going to put the ball all the way back near the 20-yard line. So, turned out to be a pretty good deal for Edgar here on the punt. You're going to force the Wildcats to go 80 yards if they're, or the Hornets to go 80 yards if they want to get on the board here before halftime. Edgar leads 14-0. Next week, Colby will take on Pittsville in a Merriwood Conference game. As the Hornets come to the line here, they're going to hand it off to Gavin Voss. He broke a tackle, got it out across the 20 to about the 22. Pickup of about 3 on the carry for Voss. The Wildcats will be back at home next week, taking on Abbotsford Friday night. We'll have that game for you right here. 2nd down and 7 for Colby. They have all of their timeouts remaining here if they want to use them. Clock is really ticking down, though. 3:26 to play in the first half. Tate Smith, they hand it off, and that run's going nowhere. Dumped in the backfield. And getting up from the bottom of that pile for the Wildcats was Preston Dalkey. Made the initial hit. Voss got knocked down for no gain. Call it 3rd down and a long 6, maybe 7. .28 total yards of offense here for Colby. We're going to get a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. Back in a moment. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Edgar Lanes is a proud sponsor of Edgar Football. We offer a wide range of youth and adult leagues, tournaments, fundraisers, and bowling parties. Also, try our delicious homemade pizza or something off the grill. Edgar Lanes, where friends and family come to meet.
Tom King back here at Colby High School. Edgar leading 14-0, 2:51 to play here first half. Hornets with the football, 3rd down and 7 in their own territory. And you know, Edgar would like to get them off the field right here and get the ball back, see if they can put some more points on the board before halftime. They've got all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Coming up at halftime, we'll watch the latest installment of Edgar Hard Knocks. High backfield behind Tate Smith this time. And they're going to hand it off, and that's going nowhere. Colby Weisenberger in the backfield, making a hit. Let's see who else is in there. That's Dalkey again. He's having a good day so far from his linebacker spot. Preston Dalkey calling his name a lot tonight. 4th down and another punting situation here for the Hornets. Going to be 4th down and 9, loss of 2 on that. So Edgar should get decent field position here. We're going to get another timeout here. We'll take one more as well. Back in a moment. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Greg's Groots Appliance is the place for all your home appliance needs. Let owners Greg and Tammy Kornack, along with their staff, provide you with quality appliances. Greg's Gruettes Appliance offers professional delivery, installation, and our own service department, located in Merrill and proudly serving all of central Wisconsin. Greg's Gruettes Appliance, service with Wildcat pride. Van Ert Electric is an established leader in the electrical industry in the upper Midwest since 1964, with 5 locations in Wisconsin and a sister company in Michigan. We offer our customers a broad range of services from electrical construction, telecommunications, process controls, HVAC controls, thermal imaging, and arc flash evaluations for your industrial and commercial.
And we're back here. Let's see if Edgar wants to try to block this punt as Voss is standing at his own 10-yard line to punt this away. He punted one about, 70 yards last time. High snap this time. He's able to get it away. This time not nearly as good. It's going to take a bounce, and it's going to be grabbed by Tegan Strite, and he's going to run it down the sideline and get dragged out of bounds. It's going to be great field position again for the Edgar Wildcats. They couldn't set up the reverse that time. Strite just took it on the bounce and brought it down into Colby territory at about the 44-yard line. So Edgar will start 1st and 10 inside Colby territory with 2:24 remaining and 2 timeouts. Tell you what, you put more points on the board here, especially a touchdown, and I don't think there's any way Colby's scoring 3 times against this Edgar defense tonight. Strite under center, the pitch. They're going to try Weisenberger. Big hole. He cuts it back. And then he's going to go down the sideline, breaks a tackle. He's going to go the distance. Colby Weisenberger breaks it down the left sideline and into the end zone for the touchdown. 44-yard touchdown run Made a great cut early in the run. And a nice seal block there. Got him around the corner, and then he had one man to beat. I don't know if he stiff-armed him on the far side or just deked him, but he was able to get by him and then down the sideline. Clear sailing for Weisenberger in the end zone for the touchdown. 20-0 Edgar, pending the extra point. And they're going to go for two here, but they better hurry up and get a play called. Taking a lot of time here to get set up. Actually, are they going to try to kick? Yeah, they're going to try to kick. They got to wait for Harrison Gravine to change shoes. Again, we talked about that last week. And now they're going to have to call a timeout before they kick the extra point. It takes a while for Gravine to get his one shoe off and get his kicking shoe on. We'll keep it right here. 2:15 to play until halftime. Our game brought to you in part tonight by Ag Country Farm Credit Services, a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. From loans and leases to crop insurance and tax and records, they have you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point to get started. 3 rushing touchdowns for the Wildcats tonight. 2 from Carter Butt, 15 yards and 5 yards. And now a 44-yard run for Colby Weisenberger, a 2-point conversion on one of those scores from Strite to Schuett. And it's 20-0 pending this extra point attempt from Harrison Gravine. Yeah, since that opening loss to Ellsworth on the opening night of the high school football season, the Edgar Wildcats have been overpowering, focused and overpowering. They have not been challenged, and it doesn't look like they're going to be challenged here tonight. We still have a half of football left, but Colby's offense has just not been able to do anything against this Edgar defense so far. Here's the snap. It's good. The kick is up, and it's a knuckler from Gravine, but it's through the uprights, and it's good. 21-0 here. Edgar with 2:15 to play in the first half. We'll take a break, come back with more. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
And we're back here at Colby High School. 2:15 to play until the end of the first half, and it's been all Edgar so far. They lead at 21-0. We mentioned in the pregame show that Colby was the only team that beat Edgar in the regular season last year. You know, the Edgar players who were on that team last year remember that. And they're not going to take their foot off the pedal here. So Gravine set to kick off here. And it's a sideways kick this time. Didn't get all of that one. It's going to go out of bounds on the far side of the field. So Colby will get decent field position here to start this drive. .26 total yards I've got Colby for unofficially. 26 yards of offense, all on the ground. They've tried one pass. That was incomplete. So the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. And that's where Colby will start. Man comes in motion, and it's going to be a counter play, and a hole opened up, and positive yardage. Picked up about 8 on that counter play. Gavin Voss takes the handoff, picks up about 7 or 8 yards.
Voss with a big carry, bring up second down for the Hornets. Carter Butt on the stop.
Second down and 3. Colby with 2 timeouts remaining. As the clock goes down to 1:44 to play in the half. They're going to play action. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he's going to pick up the first down and more. Butt brought him down, but not until he picked up about 5 or 6 on that.
Tate Smith on the scamper, picks up the first down.
First down for Colby. Across the 45 at about the 47-yard line. Receivers left and right. They're going to play action, and the quarterback's going to keep it again. Broke a tackle in the backfield. Now spins away and then gets nailed and brought down. Preston Dahlke again. Another big tackle from his linebacker's spot. Pickup of maybe 2 on that for the quarterback Smith, but he took a hit. And it's going to be marked at about the 48-yard line. Picked up about 3 on that. Second down and 7. Maybe 8. Long 7, maybe 8. They're down to 44 seconds to play now. They're going to hand it off to Voss. He's going to try to get the right corner, cuts it back, and he's going to be taken down after a short gain. Good job holding the corner that time. Affelbeck came in to help, but let's see who that was holding the corner over there. I think it was Tegan Strite. Yeah, Tegan Strite and Chase Affelbeck made the stop. Going to be third down, and Colby calls a timeout here with 26 seconds remaining in the first half, facing a third down at about 5. Our game brought to you in part tonight by Fleet Farm. They have everything you need as you get ready for hunting season. Shop their huge selection of gear from game cameras and blinds to ammunition and camo apparel. Get everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. I would imagine they're busy tonight. The bow season starts tomorrow in the state of Wisconsin. A lot of last-minute shoppers at Fleet Farm tonight. So Colby will come out facing a third down and 5. No, I think that was their final timeout. They've still got one on the board there. I thought that was their final timeout. But there's only 26 seconds remaining in the half. And they're just across midfield. First time they've been in Edgar territory all night. They're at the 48-yard line. Double wing formation. Tate Smith under center. Man in motion is Voss. They're going to try that counter play again. Voss grabs it, and he's going to get the first down, or going to be close to it, depending on where they mark the football. Looks like they maybe will mark him short. They're going to mark him at about the 45-yard line. That's going to be about a yard short, and it's fourth down and 1. But they're going to let the clock, I would imagine they'll let the clock run out here, or they're not going to get a play called. I don't think they have a timeout left. They have one on the board, but I think they were out of timeouts, and that's how this first half will come to an end. Impressive first half of football for the Edgar Wildcats, and they lead here at halftime over the Colby Hornets 21-0. We'll come back and take a look at episode 5 of the Edgar Hard Knocks program? I think it is, episode 5. We'll take a look at that, and then we'll be back with some numbers from the first half and a second half of football here tonight from Colby after this on Zaleski Sports.
Yeah, you know, my memories go back a long ways. You know, my oldest brother was on the 1979 state championship team, so I remember going to those games way back and boy, the tradition started way back then. And Jerry Soons was my coach. You know, he's been around since the late 70s and still there, and, you know, a great guy. He teaches more than football, right? You know, I had him as a teacher in school. He teaches life lessons, he teaches, you know, school, and, you know, football is just secondary, right? It's all about life first, you know, and he's a teacher of everything, which is great to have.
Edgar Football Hard Knocks is brought to you by Security Health Plan. Security Health Plan. Promises kept, plain and simple. Visit securityhealth.org to learn more.
Now again, be smart, play smart, become disciplined, do your job, nothing goofy, just have fun tonight, right? You're going to have a nice crowd here. We talked about alumni, we got the goals on, let's represent, okay? Hey, also, we haven't scored on defense this year. Today would be a pretty nice day to score on defense. Okay, here we go. Let's have a day. Here we go. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Call it out. Let's go.
Well, good evening and welcome to another High School Football Friday night. We are in Edgar for this matchup between the Edgar Wildcats and the Rosholt Hornets, a crossover game from the Merowith Conference and the CWC. And it is on paper a mismatch here tonight. Edgar coming in with a record of 2-1, and they have outscored their opponents 96-14. Meanwhile, Rosholt coming in with a record of 0-3, and they have been outscored 139-0. They have not scored a point in the season so far. Edgar with wins over Pacelli, 50-0 last week, and a 40-6 win over Stratford the previous week. They lost to Ellsworth in the opener in that defensive struggle here at Edgar High School, 8-6. Meanwhile, Rosholt has lost to St. Mary Catholic, 49-0. Wyoega Fremont, 50-0, and last week it was Marathon knocking off the Hornets by a score of 40-0.
Hey, us four. Yes, sir. We're everybody. Gum's not anything. Let's go to college. Let's go. All conference game. Let's go. Let's go. See you in the battle. Yeah, see you, bud. It's going to be a good day. Let's go. Slacker! Harry G!
Tackle. Rosholt head coach is Mike O'Donnell. Of course, Jerry Sims, the head man for Wildcats. Gravine approaches the football, and we're underway. High end over end kick going to be taken at about the 15-yard line, out across the 20, and then knocked down at about the 26.
You're going at 50's right shoulder. Go. Hey, you're covered. Cover. Yeah.
That's going to bring up fourth down.
White tape as well.
You actually don't use white tape on that?
It's that security, that final layer.
Yeah, well.
Give me a half bend, flex. Flex.
Hey, we got a guy for Chase?
We got you wrapped in a second. Just lower.
James Applebeck, ball carrier.
set backfield. Strite, they're going to hand it off. And this is Weisenberger trying to get it around the corner. He got dragged down and lost his balance. Got inside. They're going to mark him down at about the 15, so a short pickup of maybe a yard or two. And this time, Strite's going to keep it. Rolls right. He wants to throw. He's got a man wide open. That's Baumgartner. He's going to go. Strite under center for the two-point conversion. It's Carter Butt. And he gets knocked down, but he stayed on his feet. Now he pitches the ball back to Strite, and he's going to go around the left side and in.
Let's go! Out of my TV!
Two-point conversion attempt.
Good thinking, KB. Right. Let's go. Well, let's get fired up.
I think it was that. Because that was 3. And Jace did pick me.
Yeah, you're fine though.
Okay. You're fine. I saw someone come and almost hit Keegan. I didn't know if that was
Loss of one
if
on the
they
play,
ran an
brings
X or
second
that was
and
the guy
11.
that came into where I was supposed to be.
Yeah, hey, if they run that X, right, and you lock on a guy, stay, okay? But obviously, we got to keep our eyes in that gap.
Dylan leads pass. Intended for Caleb Zitt.
Weisenberger and Butt in the backfield. They're going to pitch it to Weisenberger. Try the left side. Good block. Gets Weisenberger around the corner, and he's going to be knocked down near the 10-yard line. Going to be first down and more. Credit that one on a great block for Harrison Gravine. Strite under center by backfield. They give it to Quick up the middle, and that is going to be into the end zone. Chase Applebeck will get the touchdown. 10-yard touchdown run for Chase Applebeck.
Jace, here we go. Start playing ball.
Let's run, Jace.
With a snap from Layden Schuett in the hole by Tegan Strite. Harrison Gravine puts the point after through.
That's away. It's a line drive. We're going to take a bounce. Butt is going to try to hand it off to Strite. He does. Strite breaks a tackle. Is trying to get the corner. He's got the wall. He's going down the near sideline. One man to beat. He dekes back inside and falls down at the 5-yard line. Lost his balance. Lost his cleat and went down. He was trying to cut back because all he had was the punter to beat. They're going to pitch it to Carter Butt. Now he cuts it back. Big hole. Puts his head down and into the end zone he goes. 5-yard touchdown run. Carter Butt adding to his touchdown total on the season. Trips receivers to the right again. They're going to pitch it. The ball's loose. It's on the ground. It's going to be picked up by the Wildcats. And they will have the football at about the 20-yard line. They pitch it outside, trying to get it around the edge. Can he do it? Yes. One man to beat. He got around the edge and into the end zone for the touchdown is Brock Maurer. And the 5th different player has scored for the Wildcats here. Offensive possessions tonight. They want to throw the football again. He's got time. Looking. Now he's flushed again. And now he's going to be hit as he throws. It's picked off. It's going to be a pick 6 into the end zone. Touchdown.
Yes, sir, Sawyer! Yes, sir! Sawyer! The devoted father right here. Yeah, devoted.
Go!
We're taking the dub. Wait, is this on Hard Knocks?
Good job, guys. Good game. Good game, Coach Sims. Good game. Good game.
Coach Sims.
Yeah, don't forget about that alumni gathering down there.
Some of the good memories back in the day, and is, you know, you start out, I remember there as a freshman, and my older brother was a senior at the time, and you get into the bull ring, and you didn't know what the bull ring was, but, you know, they throw you in the middle and you got to try to get out. So there was a grow up really quick and try to figure out, you know, how you're going to deal with, you know, somebody that weighed 80, 90 pounds more than you to try to get out of this ring. It was a little intimidating, but at the same time, that was part of the how do you grow up. It wasn't abusive, but it was, you know what, you got to be tough, and you know, and you understood what toughness meant. How do you cope with, you know, be part of that program? And it was pretty young at that time. This was 1983, so. You know, for me, it was 79, 80 when I got into the program, but, you know, as I graduated in 83, it's like you learned a lot over the years, and I just remember seeing the managers at that time. They're just little tykes, and those guys come through the program the same thing, and some of them were the coaches' kids, you know, coming through, and it's like they're learning stuff that as they come up through the program, that they learned more about football than I did coming up, because they were with us all the time. So it's fun to see.
I was an assistant football coach under Jerry Sins for 30 years. So there's a lot of memories involved seeing these guys here. A lot of times what I do is I remember somebody will ask, when does a kid graduate, you know, and stuff like that. And like, I remember the football year that he was. So like if they were the 1983 football team, they graduated in 84 and stuff like that. But a lot of great memories. I guess one of my memories was I got to coach my son, and we had a pretty good team back in 2009. Won a state championship. You know, Edgar's got 7 state championships, 6 runners up. Pretty good for a small school. But in 2009, when I was coaching and my son was playing, that was one of the highlights of my career. And that year, we had the running clock 13 out of 14 games, and we outscored our opponents 650 to 21. So it was a pretty fun year with my son playing and everything. But just talking about football in general in Edgar, it's the thing to do. I mean, kids grow up and they look forward to being, you know, an Edgar Wildcat. So, and with Coach Sins having his 49th year, and hopefully next year he makes it to 50 so we can celebrate his 50th. Kids look forward to playing for him, and as long as he's around, he's got things organized, and we'll keep doing well. One of my fond memories is when I was actually the play caller, and we were in a state semifinal game, and we had like 4th and 3 about the 50-yard line, and I called the play and sent it in, and he said, "What did you call?" And I said, "Well, I called the 36 power off tackle." And he looked at me and said, "Well, it better work." You know? And of course, it really did, because our running back went to the hole, but it wasn't open. He bounced it outside for like 20 yards. So, I mean, stuff like that, you know, and just competitive-wise with the coaches and stuff like that.
You know, it's exciting to be a part of a program that has great tradition, playing for a long time, obviously under a head coach like Coach Sins and the dynasty that he's created. My dad played for him when, you know, he was younger in high school.
Back in the 80s.
Back in the 80s.
Back in the 80s.
I played for Coach Sins. Now I get to coach with Coach Sins. It's really just an honor to be a part of a dynasty like we have here, and you know, excited about the season that we have going right now. The message that we deliver to the kids is we have to prepare each week like it's the biggest game of the season, like it's Stratford week, or like it's the state championship game. You have to approach every preparation with that mentality to avoid those slip-ups that you could potentially have when you face any opponent, regardless of their caliber. So I think our kids did a great job this week buying into that mentality of taking advantage of every rep, every practice, and you saw the result, you know, tonight here against Rosholt. The kids played hard, played well, and we're looking forward to next week.
Yeah, I just want to thank Coach Sins for taking over the program and recruiting kids. I mean, he basically built this thing from ground up, because I think after the 76 season, there wasn't a lot of kids out, and they were actually going to think about dropping football in Edgar, which would have really been sad. But I thank him for really making an effort to change the program and hiring other coaches, and getting the kids to build in what the heck he was trying to instill in them, making them better men and just all around better kids. As far as memories go, I tell you what, the bus trips to games were I had the most fun with these guys. It was just, I never laughed. So we should have been a little more serious sometimes, but when we were seniors, we had a good time. We had a lot of injuries, but we still had a good time, and we were just a close-knit group, and that's what it's all about sometimes. And for kids out there, the thing I would stress is have goals in life, because that's the most important thing. If you have a goal, try to hit it. Just make a different goal every year, and just try to make yourself better.
One thing about football practice that I remember is, and I don't think they have to do this nowadays, but we had our locker room in the boiler room under the school. And I don't know if that still goes on, but that was pretty bad news back then. Anyway, if you didn't have to be in the boiler room nowadays, you've got a much better situation.
Are you reeling in the years, stowing away the time? Are you...
Tom King back here at Colby High School. We're at halftime, and the Edgar Wildcats leading here by a score of 21-0. Let's recap the scoring first. A 15-yard touchdown run by Carter Butt on Edgar's first possession of the game. The two-point conversion attempt was no good. It was 6-0. Then in the second quarter, a 5-yard run by Butt on another long sustained drive. The two-point conversion, Tegan Strite to Leighton Schuett, 14-0. And with about 2 minutes left in the second half, a 44-yard touchdown run by Colby Weisenberger. He got around the left end and took it the distance for the score. The extra point kick by Harrison Gravine, and that's where we stand, 21-0. For Edgar in the first half, unofficially 122 rushing yards, led by Carter Butt with 66 and Weisenberger with 57. 60 yards passing, Tegan Strite 4 out of 6 through the air. The 4 catches all by Leighton Schuett. And he's got 60 yards on those 4 catches for 182 yards of offense unofficially. For Colby, not much doing. The Edgar defense once again standing tall here tonight. Just 45 yards rushing unofficially on the ground for the Hornets in the first half. No yards passing. So for 45 yards of total offense for Colby. They got across midfield once. And in fact, had the ball twice in the first quarter, 3 and out both times, did not get a first down until the second quarter of this football game, and haven't sniffed the end zone yet. And they are down 21-0 to these Edgar Wildcats. Get set for the second half kickoff. Our game being brought to you in part tonight by our game day sponsors. They include Werner Insurance, Cropping Central, Greg Gruit's Appliance, Edgar Lane, Simplicity Credit Union, and Zamanda Dental. Edgar's going to get the football to begin the second half as well. You'll remember Colby won the opening toss and elected to receive the football. And they went 3 and out, and that means Edgar gets the ball here to start the second half, already leading 21-0. I thought Edgar would put a pretty good showing out here tonight. I didn't expect it to be this lopsided so far, but we've got a half of football left. We'll see if the Colby defense can slow down these Edgar Wildcats here on this first possession of the second half. There's the kick. It's a good one. And it's going to go over the head and into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback, and Edgar will get the first football, the 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Carter Butt, 12 carries for 66 yards and a couple of touchdowns in that first half. And those 4 big pass plays to Leighton Schuett. Edgar sort of surprised everybody by coming out and throwing 2 long passes on the first 2 plays of the game. 1 was complete. Strite later hit Schuett 3 more times in that first half, and they come to the line. Schuett's going to split out wide to the near side. Strite under center. And now a flag, and they're going to get movement, I think. It's going to be an illegal procedure call against the Wildcats. That'll back them up.
Try to snap. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. So first up.
First down and 15 now for the Wildcats. As we mentioned, next week, Edgar returns home for a matchup with Abbotsford. Colby will be playing on the road at Pittsville. Inside handoff. This is Butt carrying tacklers out across the 25. And it's going to be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Pickup of about 6 on that. Actually, more than that. Pickup of about 11 on that. Going to be second down and 4. Split backfield behind Strite. And he's going to keep it, roll right. Now he's going to pull it down, try to run. He's being pressured. He's going to go down. Tegan Strite's got to learn how to get rid of that football. He just needs to just throw that away. He had Baumgartner down here along the sideline. Now a late flag flies in after the fact. We'll see what that's all about. But Strite just went down and took the sack. Maybe some extracurriculars along the sideline here downfield with Brett Baumgartner. Let's see. It's going to go against Edgar. It's going to be a dead ball foul, I believe, against Baumgartner. He got into it with the defensive back along the sideline. So now Colby's got to decide if they want to take that penalty or take the play, which was a sack.
You'll do a block in the back. Offense. Penalty decline.
They're going to decline the penalty. That was not a dead ball foul. It was a penalty of a block in the back. So they will decline the penalty, take the sack. It's going to be 4th down and about 8.
Corrected, 3rd down.
Make that 3rd down. 3rd down and 8. They had 4th on the chain across the way. Never believe the scoreboard, never believe the chain gang, right? Always believe the announcer. Yeah, that's probably a bad plan. 3rd down and about 8. Schuett splits wide right. Another receiver wide left. Split backfield behind Tegan Strite. They hand it off to Butt, and they've got him wrapped up. He's going nowhere. Good job by the Colby defense. Coming out here in the second half, fired up with the help of a couple penalties, and it'll be a 4th down and a punting situation here for the Wildcats.
4th down for the Wildcats.
Edgar with the 21-0 lead would like to just pound it out on the ground and run clock. Like I said in the first half, before they scored on that long Colby Weisenberger run, the way things are going tonight, it's going to be hard-pressed for Colby to score 3 times against this Edgar defense, but let's see what happens. They're going to get the ball back here. Maurer will punt. Snap is good. The kick is away. It's a high, booming punt. It's going to be taken. Fair catch called at about the 46-yard line of the Hornets, and that's where Colby will start with this possession. Our game brought to you by our game day sponsors. They include Edgar Building Supply, BAME Insurance, the Edgar Grind, Van Ert Electric, and BRB Auto Body. So Colby will get the football for the first time here in the second half. And as we said, they have not been able to do much. They come to the line, double wing formation for Tate Smith, the quarterback. He's under center. Straight ahead, and positive yardage, powering and carrying the pile across midfield into Edgar territory. On the carry for the Hornets that time was Brennan Geiger, and he picked up about 6 yards. Call it 2nd down and 4.
Geiger on the carry. Dulke on the stop. 2nd down.
To the line they come, wing right. Inside handoff, Voss, and he powers ahead. Going to be close to the first down, depending on where they mark it. Gavin Voss looks like he's going to be a little short. It'll be 3rd down and a yard. This is the farthest that Colby has been able to get on the ground here or in this game. They are in Edgar territory now at the 46-yard line. Another quick hitter and finding a hole in a 1st down and a little bit more for Brennan Geiger. They're going to mark him at about the 43-yard line. Pickup of 2 on the carry, and that'll be enough for a 1st down for the Colby Hornets. Well, a game of adjustments. Let's see if Colby made enough adjustments at halftime to move the football against this Edgar defense. Double wing formation. Man comes in motion. They're going to hand it off, try to get the left corner, and it is going to be going nowhere. Baumgartner strung it out, and then Weisenberger, Butt, and Streit got in there to make the stop on the ball carrier, Colton North. Call it no gain, maybe a loss of a yard. 2nd down and call it 11. Tate Smith, quick hitter. There's a hole there for a moment, and getting a hold of the ankle and dragging down the ball carrier, Brennan Geiger, after a short pickup. Going to mark it at about the 42-yard line. Maybe a pickup of 2 on that. Going to be 3rd down and about 8. Tate Smith under center, wing right this time, offset backfield behind him. And now a penalty flag flies, probably going to be a legal procedure against the Hornets. That'll back them up a bit. Big crowd here tonight for this one, as you might expect. Colby ranked 4th in Division 5 in our Zaleski Sports rankings, and Edgar ranked 5th in Division 7. They're going to call that penalty against Edgar. Going to be an offside or encroachment call. It's going to be a 5-yard mark-off, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 5 now. Maybe 3rd down and 4. Long 4 as Colby comes to the line. They're going to hand it off to Voss, and he's knocked down short. He fell across the 35-yard line. Going to be just shy, I think. It's going to bring up a 4th down and short. I would imagine Colby will go for it here. They're going to mark the ball at the 35-yard line. Going to be 4th down and about a yard. So, big play here for Colby if they want to keep this drive alive. 4th down and a long 1. And the quarterback's going to keep it, try to get it around the left side. I don't think he got there. Depending on where they mark the football, it's going to be, Edgar thinks they have it. Big hit as the quarterback tried to get around the left corner. Once again, you go around that corner, you got to get around Carter Butt, you've got to get around Preston Dahlke, and you've got to get around Tegan Streit, and they didn't do it. And Edgar will take over on downs here on a big defensive stand right there. That play takes too long to develop. 4th and short, you'd think you'd want to just have a quick hitter up the middle. That worked a couple of times for Colby. That time they tried the quarterback around the end, and the Edgar defense pursues too well for that to work. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats here at their own 35-yard line. Straight out of the gun. And he's going to throw. Straight drop. He wants to throw it deep. He's trying to get it out to Weisenberger. It's underthrown and broken up nicely. If you got a little more air under that one, right? Weisenberger had a step on his defender, but the ball underthrown, and that allowed the defender for Colby, Braden Johnson, to catch up and maybe get a hand on that to knock it away late. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. So Edgar has been willing to try to hit a big one on 1st down tonight. That's about the 3rd time they've tried that. Going to be 2nd down and 10 now. Schuett comes out wide right this time to the near side. Wing right. And they're going to try a quick hitter inside. That's Butt. Breaks a tackle. Now a flag flies in. He gets dragged down, but it's probably going to be a hold against Edgar. That's usually where that flag flies in there.
Carter on the carry, finally brought to a stop by Orton here.
Butt picked up positive yardage after breaking the initial hit, but it's going to come back on a holding call. The flag is sitting at about the 34-yard line. So that's going to be a big penalty and set up a 3rd and long, or make that a 2nd and long for Edgar. Ball going back now to the 25-yard line. They've got to get to the 45 for a 1st down, so it's 2nd down and 20 here for the Wildcats. 5:58 to play here, 3rd quarter. Edgar leading 21-0. They're going to pitch it and try the left side. Weisenberger can't break the initial tackle. He got slowed down, and then Colby was able to wrap him up. That was Braden Johnson again making the stop on Weisenberger. Going to be 3rd down and long. Picked up about a yard on that. So it'll be 3rd down and 19. One thing they don't do a lot of is passes down the middle of the field. When they do want to throw a long pass, it's usually on one of the sidelines. Center of the field's pretty well open here. Strite wants to throw. Now he's being rushed, and he's going to be sacked. Colby put pressure on that time and sacked him back at the 15-yard line. Colby Rush had numbers that time, and they got through. 2 guys dragging Strite down for a sack, and it's going to set up a punting situation, and Colby will probably get their best field position of the night after this punt. So it's 4th down and a mile here for the Wildcats. They will punt from their own 5-yard line. Maurer gets the punt away. It's a high punt. Fair catch called, and they let it drop, and it takes an Edgar bounce all the way inside the 40-yard line of Colby. That was dangerous. You call a fair catch, and then you stand there, and the ball lands near your feet. And it rolled dead inside the 40-yard line, and that's where Colby will start. 1st and 10 from their own 39. Our game brought to you in part by Nicolay Bank, offering personal banking at its best. They have locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or you can learn more at nicolaybank.com. So the Hornets back on offense here. Edgar could not take advantage of that 4th down stop. And the Hornets will come out with Tate Smith under center, offset backfield behind him. Play action. They want to throw down the middle of the field. It's going to be broken up nicely. Great timing by Schuett to get there at exactly the right moment and knock that away from the intended receiver, Colton North. Good defensive play by Leighton Schuett from his safety spot right there.
For Orton is incomplete. Knocked out by Schuett.
2nd down and 10 for the Hornets. Clock stops, 4:06 to play here in the 3rd. Tight formation this time, double wing for Tate Smith under center. Voss comes in motion. They're going to give him the ball. He cuts it back, and he goes nowhere. Drop for a loss. Carter Butt in to make the stop from his linebacker spot. Loss of about 2 on that. Butt read that cutback very well and was there to meet him in the hole. See, only a loss of a yard on that. So call it 3rd down and 11 for the Hornets. Clock continues to roll. Two receivers in the formation this time for the Hornets. One left, one right, wing right. Straight out, or make that Smith out of the gun. Quarterback draw. He wants to run with the football, and he gets tackled after a short gain. Maybe picked up 2 on that. And it's going to be 4th down and 9, a punting situation here for Colby.
Smith on the carry. Stankey on the stop. 4th down.
So a 4th down here in a punting situation. Butt and Strite will drop back to field this punt. Gavin Voss has done a good job punting the football tonight for the Colby Hornets. Standing in his own 30-yard line, snaps good. And the punt's away. It's another good one. Going to be fielded at about the 20-yard line. It's going to be Carter Butt. He's going to try to get it around the left side. Broke one tackle, but then got swarmed under at about the 22 or 23-yard line, and that's where Edgar will take over. 1st and 10 from there with 2:24 to play here in the third quarter.
Carter fields the punt from
No points yet in the second half. Edgar scored twice on the ground from Carter Butt in the first half, a 15-yard run and a 5-yard run, and then Colby Weisenberger broke off a 44-yard run in the second quarter. And that's where we stand here, 21-0. 1st and 10 Wildcats from their own 22. Trips backfield this time behind Tegan Strite. They're going to hand it off to the middle man. That's Carter Butt. He waited, broke a tackle. Now he just runs over a safety before he's tackled across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Just great sight, great vision that time. He just cut to the left and found a hole and then powered ahead and picked up a 1st down for Edgar. Pickup of about 16 on that. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. This Trips backfield, I don't know how you defense this. With all of those options that Edgar has with those 3 guys in the backfield. They're going to give it to Butt again, and this time he's tripped up. He tried to cut it outside and tripped over either the blocker's leg or the defender's leg and went down after a gain of only 1. 2nd down and 9. They come out with that same formation. Weisenberger, Butt, and Affelbeck in the backfield. This time it's Carter Butt again, and he cuts it and runs up the middle and across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Short of a 1st down. Picked up about 5 on that. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 5.
Carter on the carry. Polifka on the stop. 3rd down.
3rd down and a long 5, maybe 6. Ball marked at the Edgar 42-yard line. Could be the final play of the third quarter. And that full house backfield again. They're going to hand it off to Butt, and he's met in the backfield and dropped. Nothing doing that time as Colton North got in there and dropped Carter Butt in the backfield. 4th down. And let's see what Edgar wants to do here.
Hoppy on the stop. 4th down.
Looks like they're going to send the punt team out here or maybe call a timeout. Offense is walking. That's going to be the end of the quarter. They're just going to walk off, and that'll be the end of the third quarter, and they'll decide what they want to do here on this 4th down play. 3 quarters in the book, no scoring in the third quarter. Edgar continues to lead at 21-0. We'll be back after this. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Winter's coming fast, which means it's time to hit the trails. Bill's Service Center has all things you need to stay warm and dry on the trails this winter. With a full selection of jackets, bibs, helmets, boots, casual wear. And don't forget that Bill's is your chainsaw safety gear headquarters. Bill's Service Center is your one-stop connection for all your cold weather riding gear.
Don't freeze your jingle bells off. Get your cold weather riding gear at Bill's Service Center. Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
And we're back here at Colby High School as we begin the fourth quarter, a punting situation, and Gavin Maurer is on to punt it away here for the Edgar Wildcats. Brock Maurer. And now we're going to get a penalty, and it's going to be against Edgar, I think. If it's against Colby, they might want to rethink what they're going to do here on fourth down, but it is going to be against the Wildcats.
Part of the snap. False start. Offense.
False start is the call.
Still fourth down.
And the ball will be marked at the 36-yard line. Snaps a little bit high this time. Maurer's able to get away a line drive punt's going to be taken, then fumbled, and then grabbed immediately at the 34-yard line. Bobbled for a moment. But Colby will have decent field position here for their first possession of the fourth quarter. Once again, they have not been able to get much going here against this Edgar defense. 45 yards on the ground in the first half. And 15 so far here in the second half. So well under 100 yards of total offense for the Colby Hornets so far. Man in motion. They're going to try that counter play again, and not much there. Colby Weisenberger in on the stop. Carter Butt in there as well, I believe. Pickup of maybe one, second down and 11. Or second down and 9, excuse me. Second down and 9. Wing right eye backfield. Deep man in the eye, and he's going nowhere. You got in on the initial hit there. It might have been Baumgartner again. Also getting in there for Edgar was Corey Keppel. Loss of 2 on the play call at third down and 11. They come to the line, double wing formation. Tate Smith under center, man in motion. They're going to play action. Smith's going to keep it, try to get around the corner. Dalkey slowed him down, and then his teammates wrapped him up. He might have got back, maybe picked up a couple on that, but it's going to be fourth down and long, fourth down and 8 for Colby here. And let's see what they want to do here. Down 21-0 in the fourth quarter. Do you punt it away, or do you try to go for it here? Because if you don't get it, Edgar's going to have a short field and probably put this game away. I'm convinced, like I said before, I don't think Colby tonight can score 21 points against this Edgar defense. They're going to punt. Snap is good. Voss gets it away. Tegan Strite takes it on the run, trying to get it around the right side. Bumps into his own man and got it up across the 40 to about the 44. Decent return for Tegan Strite on that one and gives Edgar good field position here for this possession. Our game brought to you in part tonight by Ag Country Farm Credit Services, a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. From loans and leases to crop insurance and tax and records, they have you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point to get started. So 1st and 10, Wildcats. They're going to mark him at the 45-yard line. He gave him an extra yard on that mark. Starter still in there for the Wildcats, leading 21-0 with 9.5 minutes to play. Tegan Strite, handoff to Carter Butt, puts his head down, powers ahead, positive yardage out near the 49-yard line. Pickup of maybe 4 on that.
Carter on the carry. Henula on the stop. 2nd down.
Unofficially, Carter Butt, that run took him over 100 yards on the night. Along with the 2 touchdowns he scored early in the game. 2nd down and 8. Inside handoff. This is Weisenberger, I think. Colby Weisenberger, positive yardage across midfield into Colby territory at about the 49. Yeah, that last mark, they marked Carter Butt down short of where he actually was tackled. So this time they mark Weisenberger down at the 49. I think that's where he went down. It's going to bring up a 3rd down at about 4. That last mark for Carter Butt, that was not a good mark for the Wildcats. They're going to give it to Butt. He's dancing around. He's not going to get there. And he's knocked down. Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 4th down and 4.
Carter on the carry. Nama Rojas on the stop. 4th down.
4th down and 4 here. Maybe 3. Long 3, short 4 for the Wildcats. 4th down. Probably go for it here. In Colby territory, just across midfield at the 48. Or are they going to punt? Looks like they have the punter on the field. They may just punt this away and turn it over to their defense again, and why not? And that's what they're going to do. Snap is good. And the punt is good. Fair catch called for and muffed. It's loose. Who's got it? Colby's able to fall on it. 2nd punt in a row they muffed. And that time the Colby player, Caden Kleparski, was able to fall on it. But a good punt by Maurer there. It's going to give Colby the ball near their own 10-yard line. 7:14 to play in this one. And the Hornets will try to get something going. They have just not been able to mount any kind of offense here tonight. Inside handoff. There was a hole for a moment, and it closed quickly. Carter Butt on another stop. Tucker Strite coming up from his safety spot to pick help on that tackle. Pickup of 2 on the carry. And it's going to be 2nd down and 8. Colby's only attempted 1 pass, so when you're behind 21-0 in the 4th quarter, it's hard to catch up if you're just going to run the football, and that's basically what they do. They're going to pitch it, try the left side, and that's Voss, and he got popped hard at about the 15-yard line. No gain on that. Once again, strung out nicely. Baumgartner, one of the last to get up.
Carter Butt on the stop. 3rd down.
And it's going to be 3rd down and about 8. But showing blitz, and now we're going to get a whistle and a penalty, and he might have made one of those offensive linemen flinch. Carter Butt comes up and fakes that blitz from the middle of the field, and it is going to be a false start against Colby. That'll back him up here. Staub Construction, one of our great sponsors, a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction has been partnering with private and public customers since 1984. Staub Construction has its own service and fabrication department to assist with any municipal or industrial situation. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. 3rd down and 13 for the Colby Hornets. From deep in their own territory, ball marked at the 13-yard line. High backfield behind Tate Smith. He wants to throw, no, delayed handoff, draw play. And that is going to be stopped. I think that's Dalkey who got a hold of the jersey and might have ripped the jersey half off, the running back. I think that was Preston Dalkey who got a handful of jersey, and it is. And it's going to bring up a 4th down, another punting situation here for the Colby Hornets. It's going to be 4th down and 8.
Dragging him by the jersey. 4th down.
See if they put a rush on the punter here. Gavin Voss standing inside his own 5-yard line. Snap is good. Punts away. It's another good one. Going to be fielded by Butt. They're able to set up the wall this time. They get it to Stripe, but this time Colby's able to break through the wall and knock straight out of bounds after a short return. But it is going to be in Edgar. They're going to be in Colby territory now. Did the flag fly in there after the hit? Out of bounds? I think it's going to be a penalty against Colby for continuing that hit out of bounds.
Personal foul, kicking team. Late hit out of bounds.
A late hit out of bounds called against Colby, and that'll help Edgar. They'll mark the ball ahead after the end of that run. 4:26 to play. Edgar in command here, and now a chance on a short field to add to their 21-0 lead. And the Edgar student section alive and well here down below us. They sense victory here tonight. High backfield. Keegan Strite handing it off. This is Carter Butt again. Spinning around and picking up positive yardage down inside the 25. What, the 24-yard line? Maybe the 23. Pickup of about 4 on that. 2nd down and 6. Now they've got a... Brett Baumgartner had to tie his shoe. That's going to delay their huddle a little bit. Clock continues to roll. 3:49 to play. Coming up afterwards, we'll have the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. I'll talk to Jerry Sins and get a player of the game as well. Inside handoff. Let's see who that was on the handoff. Carter Butt again. Short gain, maybe got it down near the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd down at about 2. Colby is not using their timeouts. They know that the result is not in doubt here, so they're just going to try to keep Edgar out of the end zone. Edgar would just like to grind this out and run the clock out if they can, I would imagine. Offset backfield. They hand it off to Weisenberger this time on a quick hitter. Not much there. I don't think he got it. He didn't get the first down. They're going to mark him at about the 20. He's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be 4th down and still about 1.5 yards.
Weisenberger on the carry, just short of the first down marker. Holka on the side.
They'll go for it here. 4th down and less than 2. Trips backfield behind Tegan Strite. They give it to Carter Butt, and he laterals it back to Strite, goes around the right side and into the end zone for the touchdown. I don't think that was designed that way. Carter Butt was stopped in the hole, and He just turned and flipped it right back to Tegan Strite, who ran around the right side for the touchdown. That was not a designed play. That was just heads up from Carter Butt and Tegan Strite. They played together so much, they just know what the others are going to do. Strite was there right behind him, and when Butt knew he was going to go down, he just turned and lateraled the ball back to Strite, who had lots of room around the right side and took it in for the score. $27-0 with 2:12 to play. So they will kick the extra point or attempt to kick the extra point. Here, Harrison Gravine on. Snaps a little bit high. The kick is another knuckler, and it goes off the upright, and it's no good. 2:12 to play, 27-0 Edgar. Back in a moment. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
And we're back here at Colby High School, where the Edgar Wildcats just turned a busted play into a touchdown. 19-yard run from Tegan Strite on a lateral back from Carter Butt, who was stopped in the hole and was able to turn and flip the ball back to Strite, who took it around the right side for the touchdown. I would imagine you'll see that in the next few days on the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. 27-0 as Edgar gets ready to kick off on what could be the final possession of the game, unless Colby decides they want to call their timeouts, which they haven't done as of yet. And Gravine puts the boot to it. Short end over end kick, going to be taken at about the 15-yard line, and Voss gets it across the 20 out near the 30-yard line. It'll be marked at about the 29. 1st and 10, Colby from there.
Voss fielding the kickoff from Gravine. Number 42, Reed on the stop.
So depending on what happens on this possession, Edgar is going to hold Colby under 100 yards of offense, at least by my tally here tonight, unless Colby's able to bust some big plays here with 2:06 to play. Double wing formation. Tate Smith. They're going to try that counter play again, and it goes nowhere. Jace Applebeck and a host of white jerseys in there on the stop. Second down and 10. Clock continues to roll. Colby's just going to let it roll. No sense in calling timeouts here when you're down 27-0, I would imagine. Tate Smith under center. They're going to hand it off and try the left side this time. And once again, some positive yardage that time. Sliding forward and falling down near the 35-yard line. And so we have a 3rd down and about 6. We go under a minute to play here. 3rd down and about 6 for Colby. Looking to close this out. Going to delay and try a draw play. They bust it outside now. And it's going to be a 1st down for Colby out near the 45-yard line. So Colby gets a 1st down on the run by Gavin Voss. Pick up about 11 on that. And they may be able to get one more play off, maybe two. This may be the last play of the game as they come to the line. Double wing formation. Man in motion. You're going to hand it to Voss, and he's going to be met at the hole and driven backwards. Tucker Strite, and let's see who else was in on that hit. That was Dahlke again, and that's going to do it here. Final play of the game. An impressive performance by the Edgar Wildcats tonight, especially on defense. They win it by a score of 27-0, holding Colby under 100 yards of total offense unofficially on the night. We'll come back with the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. We'll catch up with Jerry Sins. We'll also talk to a player of the game. When we come back, you're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cefalotiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cefalotiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
big things. You can't let them break any longer.
All right, we're back here on the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. First with head coach Jerry Sins. Unbelievable defensive performance tonight against a pretty good football team.
Yeah, we played really well, I thought. We were switching some guys around and some things around, different alignments we saw by them, different formations. We played some different defenses, and maybe we kept them off guard a little bit. I don't know. I was just hoping that our guys got to where they needed to be before the ball was snapped. But, yeah, it was a good job by Coach Strite and all the guys that coach on defense.
Tried to surprise them maybe with going against tendencies with 2 passes to start the game. How did that come about?
Yeah, we thought they'd be really fired up and coming really hard, inside early. So we thought we'd run a couple bootlegs and see if we could burn them, yeah.
What about the revenge factor? Did the coaches talk about that during the week? I'm sure the players remember what happened last year.
Not really much. No, just a matter that, hey, it's a game we got to win if we want to win conference, And we actually played pretty well against them, except for just little stretches. I mean, 2 years ago over here it was 8-7. We were up in the fourth quarter, and last year we played well, and then we had one mishap, and everything kind of fell apart. But they've had good teams, the last couple of years. A lot of seniors. Well, this year we happen to have a few more seniors, so that always helps.
All right. Good luck next week.
Thank you very much.
We're going to talk defense tonight and bring in Preston Dahlke on the defensive unit. Called your name a lot in the first half. You were getting after it.
Yeah, we had a good game plan coming in, just reading every play and tackling ball carrier.
Shutout tonight. Do you talk about that as a defensive unit before the game? That's what you're always looking for?
Yeah, it's a goal every game. Get the most shots we can each season.
What you got a lot of guys playing both sides of the ball. So how is the defense being so good? I mean, under 100 yards gained by Colby tonight. The defense is hardly giving up any points this year, and you got guys playing both sides of the football. It's really incredible to watch.
We just come in hungry for this game. We've been in 2 years now. We're familiar with conference title, and we're just hungry every game.
You know how the in-the-house works?
Yep.
Just look up there.
I'm Preston Dahlke, now in the house.
That's going to wrap things up here tonight from Colby. An impressive win for the Edgar Wildcats. They put 3 touchdowns on the board in the first half, 2 touchdown runs from Carter Butt, 1 a 44-yarder from Colby Weisenberger, and then they added on with that lateral from Butt back to Tegan Stride, who took it in from 19 yards out to finish up the scoring. And once again, the Edgar defense came to play, holding Colby under 100 yards of total offense unofficially here tonight. That's going to wrap it up. Thanks to Rachel Zaleski, my producer, and thank you for watching. This is Tom King. Once again, your final score, Edgar 27, Colby nothing. You've been watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.